Hey guys, it's Tima again, and I'm back, and I have requested to do some more oyster mushrooms, so I figured I'd take advantage of doing another video. And I want to show you guys a way to make your buffalo sauce completely alkaline. You're not going to have to use any hot sauce or anything like that. So this is some ground up, blended up tomatoes that I already had, and I blended in some onions, blend in bell pepper, and then season it kind of lightly, because you want this to be your like a ketchup. You don't want it to turn into like a spaghetti sauce. Alrighty? And so what you're gonna add to this to turn this into your buffalo sauce, if you have a habanero pepper, use half of that habanero pepper, or really just depending on how much sauce that you're going to be making. But for what I'm going to be doing, I have two king oyster mushrooms that I'm about to put together, so I'm not going to need to put together a whole lot of sauce. So I have like this is going to be about 3/4 of a cup of my tomato sauce. I don't have my habanero peppers, but I do have a hot jalapeno pepper. Okay, I'm not gonna put this whole thing inside of it because I don't want it really hot. All I'm gonna need is about a sliver. So we're gonna cut that up really good, and we're gonna put that right inside of our tomato sauce. You're gonna use some cayenne pepper. So you're gonna put in you're gonna need half of a teaspoon of your cayenne pepper to go inside of here. And then, now tomatoes are already gonna have a bit of a sweetness, right? However, I'll use some agave, and I'll use for this amount, I'm only gonna need to use maybe about 4 or 5 tablespoons of agave, and I'm gonna blend all of this down, okay? And this is actually gonna be the sauce. Alrighty. So I've blended it all down, pasted it, because here it's spicy enough and it's sweet enough because you have your agave that's going to be inside of it. If you don't have your agave inside of it, of course it's going to be too hot, and you may have kind of a tang to it. You don't want to have a tang. You want to have like a really nice balance of sweet and spicy for your oyster mushrooms, to make this a buffalo oyster mushroom. Now, I've already given my oyster mushrooms their wet bath. The wet bath, as inside of the original video, all this is about a quarter cup of garbanzo flour to a 1/3 cup of water. You're gonna put in a dash of cayenne, a dash of salt, and you really don't need much that's gonna be inside of your bath. If you need to double that, just depending on how many oyster mushrooms that you're gonna be making, double it or triple that recipe. You're also gonna have to have your dry bath, your dry flour. In your dry flour, I use my I'm not going to go through all of the ingredients because I've already done the video on that, and I'll put it inside of the description. I'll put the link inside of there for you. However, I've allowed my king oyster mushroom to soak inside of the bath, and then I put it inside of my dry flour. Now I'm putting it back inside of my wet bath. Actually, I'm not gonna completely immerse it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drizzle some on it. I don't really want to put this completely down inside of here. But this is how we're gonna get this to be a bit more spicy. Not spicy, but crunchy, crispy. And we're gonna let the wet bath just drain off of it more, right? Because we don't want to put all this inside of the flour, so just kind of shake it off. And then we're going to put it over inside of the dry bath. And with my dry hand, I'm going to cover over the mushroom. And I already have my oil on warm. Well, it's on medium, so it's warming up. And I'm going to take this off. I'll shake off any extra flour because we don't want extra flour sitting inside of our pot. Alrighty, so there we go. We're gonna let this sit. Now I'll take the next one. If you want to just lay this entire thing down into your wet bath again, you absolutely can. So I'll just do that. I'll just lay it down and get more of the liquid all on it. Then I'm going to take this up. We're going to get off that extra liquid. And with my dry hand, I'll cover over that oyster mushroom. And my flour, not my flour, but my oil, and I'm using grapeseed oil, and I mix a little bit of sesame oil in with it just for an extra kick to the taste. So that's already hot. So I'm going to put that in, and then once it's done, I'll bring it out and show you. Okay, now that my oil it's warm enough, I'm going to take my oyster mushrooms and we just sit it down in there carefully. There we go. And so we'll let that cook on one side, then we'll flip it over. And I might put this in twice to do like maybe like a double crisp, but we'll see how it goes. Alrighty. And at the same time as I have that on, I also have my my sauce put inside of the skillet, so that's warming up. I won't turn it up high enough yet until my chicken but the oyster mushrooms are ready to go into it. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to turn them over. There we go. Let's get that turned over. There we go. Let that cook down a little bit. Alrighty, so I'm taking them out. I'm gonna let them sit up here on the grate. And I think I am gonna dip them a second time. So I decided to give it a double dip. So after I fried it, I took it out, dipped it in a wash again, and then rolled it around inside of the flour again, and popped it back in. Alright, and so now it's even more crispy. I've already taken the other one out and have it sitting to drain. Alright, now that my sauce is warm enough, I'll put in my mushrooms. I'm going to get this all over it. I'm going to let this continue to cook in here and let it cook down. Let me get the other. I'll put that in. I'm going to get it all completely covered. Just continue to let this cook on. I actually could have used less of my my sauce in here, and it would have cooked down faster onto the oyster mushrooms, because you don't want it dripping off. So what I'll probably do is just pour some of the sauce off of it so it can cook on down, okay? And there we go. All done. All done. This is going to be served up with some of the wild rice and fonio that was prepared the other day. Well, actually that was just yesterday. Hope you enjoy.